if you talk about City, they have a lot of players. Your depth, I always emphasize your depth. You always say that injury.
You also got debt.
Yeah, but we don't have proper management.
Money debt.
That's why we need to get Glazed up.
$600 million debt.
No, yeah. Since the first day they take over to now, inflation kick in to take over the whole club. $1.5 to $2 billion minimum.
Okay, let me ask both of you. When you're talking about debt, right?
Why ask me?
No, because I need
He
opinion.
has no debt.
No, that's the thing. I need opinion,
Okay.
right? In terms of debt, right? A whole season, you only have like 30 plus players to register. Depth, you
25, right?
Oh, 25, okay. 25 players, sorry, to register, right?
Yeah.
So that includes players who are on the fringe, those who you think has potential to bring up for youth. And of course, once you register, you cannot change really. Right? It's already there until the transfer window comes in. Then you can change a bit. So when you're talking about depth, when we registered 25 players really, and we have like...
Oh, depth, not depths.
He changed to debt already.
You're talking about what?
I thought it's the money debt.
No,
I thought
no. The only debt is you. The only debt is you.
Just now he said that.
Later I throw the pillow again. Okay, debt. Okay.
So basically, you're talking about that kind of depth, right? When you're talking about centre backs, Matip, Konate, we have Gomez. Gomez coming back from injury. Konate is injured. Matip is injured. Then, of course, our midfield, the creative ones are injured. Thiago. So, Fabinho was benched, which a lot of people actually should Klopp because of that. Because
But he just came back from
benched
injury
him.
also, right?
No. He didn't play very well for the last
2 games.
game. So Klopp was making a statement by benching him. So Nunez didn't play. So I think Jota was the first choice, but
Injured.
Bobby has to play because he's injured So when that happens, right, we're talking about depth, right? When almost half the team is all injured, right? There's no depth really. We're talking about depth. And depth, if you compare to Man City, that's the wrong comparison. Because they are the oil company. They are oil conglomerate.
If you ask
company.
me, right, 25, you register 25 players. I think Liverpool has depth. Because if you look at the team, each position should have at least 2 players. Which I think they have. Except for the goalkeeper department, I feel.
We have Kelleher also injured.
So, but in the list, you all have cover.
Yes, we
Each
do.
position is covered, and of course, midfielders and strikers tend to be injured more.
Yeah.
So maybe one position in the midfield has 3 players, right? It comes down to me is it mentality? Have you guys won everything? The players has won everything. We have won Champions League.
we are
We have
complacent.
won the league. We have won Standard Chartered. That kind of thing, right? Carabao Cup.
And the big tray.
The big tray,
Yeah.
even.
Yeah.
So, is it because that, I've achieved everything, everybody become complacent?
Yeah, exactly. This is a question that I keep thinking, why?
And if it is so,
Why?
how can you make these winners?
No, the thing is, why just win one Premier League after 30 years and be complacent? Why?
That's an interesting question also.
Okay, let me ask you
Where's
back
some
again.
more?
Okay,
Where's some more?
you think we choose to be complacent when we only won one Premier League?
That's the role of the manager. How are you going to motivate your players?
How many times you challenge for league? I ask you back. How many times?
During Ferguson time?
No. Don't his challenge. I'm
Yeah,
talking
but
about now.
no, the thing
when you're
is,
talking about this Manchester City, right? How many times have you challenged for league?
Once. Ole time.
Okay, once. Only time, Once, You haven't win, right?
Mm.
So let me ask this. Ian Wright said this very well.
Right.
If not for Liverpool,
It will be a boring league.
No,
because we were the only one challenging with Klopp's ability and the players we have. So if you're talking about why are we complacent, the thing is none of the other teams can challenge Man City.
yeah, but the thing is, you guys has won once.
It's not like we don't want to win the other time, no.
You know,
It's
I know,
because
I
know.
think
Man City is
my
playing-
question is more relevant. You all have won everything.
Yeah.
How do you now get these players to be motivated
Yeah, but no.
in this season?
I think to me is okay. Later we go back to you. To answer his question first lah. For me, right, I think Klopp has to be a bit more harsh. If he thinks that these players, like example, Keita, who's injured and has not been playing, he's a good player. I'm not saying that he's not a good player. He's a good player, and I like it when he plays. He's actually one of the players that I really, really like when he controls the midfield. He's a fantastic talent, but he's just too injury prone. We have him. We have Ox. All these injury prone players, right? It's best to just
ship them out.
Yes. To me, ship them out, get new blood in, even if it's youngsters. When I was saying about Manchester United, maybe they should feel youngsters, I feel my team is the same. We should bring in youngsters. Youngsters are on the bench on that day. He brought in Carvalho from Fulham, and the game totally changed against them. He's the game changer. Imagine that. A player who's 18 years old, who's actually the actual game changer in the team. He's the only one who I think deserves at least to wear the jersey on that day, together with maybe Luis Diaz and Harvey Elliott, with all the effort he puts in. Other than that, right, the rest are just, I don't know what's happening.
What would you say to them? As a fan,
if I'm a fan, I would just tell them, what's happening here? Right? Is this the kind of performance you are willing to put in when the fans actually shout your name every time when you play on the field? Is this what we deserve? If you think that this is what you deserve, then you go ahead. Then the manager will probably replace you. But do you think it's fair for us, the fans, who watch you week in, week out, and the rest who keep on maligning you, but we are defending you online and all that? Do you think it deserves for us?
Hashtag empty
Old Trafford.
your stadium.
No, the thing is, we won't do that. We won't be
the
doing
fans
that.
are fantastic.
We
To
are
be
not-
to
the-
be honest,
yes, Liverpool
to
has
be
the
honest,
most
I've
fantastic
been to pubs before COVID.
Yeah.
Lose, no. Liverpool lose, no. Game, no. But it's not even
The
an
atmosphere,
Anfield.
yeah.
It's not even the supported clubs pub, or the way they sang
Get together.
it is so
The feeling, yeah.
The unity is there.
yeah.
yes,
But
Our
the thing
unity
is,
there, but
complacent. I think
You need fear.
no. I different club.
Different
Different club.
Okay.
Different club.
Because,
At least you
because
understand.
United has been ruled by an iron fist all along. I felt that
Tyrant.
it should be in this way, but I was from Fergie time.
you're raised from Thailand.
There's only one tyrant. After that, Moyes was Bengal faults himself.
No, what I'm trying to say is complacent, maybe. But you guys won a league after 30 years. The players should be very proud of their achievement and should aim for more.
You say you want to address what he said just now?
So the
But I
thing
think I addressed it earlier.
Oh
already.
yeah, you did.
It's not that we don't want. It's because it's Manchester City. You understand or not? Manchester City can buy Haaland. They can buy any player and give them any. I think they can buy 10 Casemiros. Straight away. You pay 400,000 a week. Oh no, doesn't matter. Don't worry. They got De Bruyne, the best player in the league now, I think. For me, De Bruyne is probably
I
one of the
agree.
best
I
players
agree.
in the league, and he is probably the best player in the league. They got the talent, they have the money, they have the funds, and yes, a lot of people call him the ball fraud and all that, but I think Pep is a very good manager. So they got everything all there. He just needs the yes man to follow his tactics and all that, and he has the thing at his disposal. We don't. No club has.
I think
No clubs have.
this
So-
season, right, it will be very interesting because there's 2 clubs has gone training under Pep. One is your team,
Arsenal.
one is my team. And really,
Ten Hag.
was under him.
Oh yeah.
So the thing is, I respect Klopp. He is,
I also expect Klopp.
the way he answered in the press conference is unique. To be honest, as a rival fan, I would love him to be my club manager.
Maybe you need a personality.
5 seasons only. Don't more than 5 seasons.
Maybe you need a personality development coach You know, if you watch All or Nothing Arsenal, right? They have this person who stood out in the documentary, which is a personality coach.
I can feel you about the History Channel thing.
I don't think so. You feel the same because now I got 2 counters.
So I do not know. Honestly, I do not know where to fist pump.
You don't know how I feel, bro. But
No, because it's everything. You should watch. Oh, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, you should.
I cannot pinpoint. Even I think if we got a personality, even if we have any other things to improve, right?
Yeah.
There's no way to improve unless these guys they are.
You all have the skills.
Yes, no. The talent is there.
Yeah, the talent is there.
The same players actually played the same way and won the league, right? But there's just something, and it could be
I felt it's a training.
a combination of everything combined. I don't think it's a training, but I think it's a combination of a
But
lot of
if
things.
let's say it's not a training, and it's not a diet, it's not this, not that. Why is your team?
I got the
keep on-
answer.
I was just saying that it could be a
I
combination.
have the answer. I have the answer.
Yes, what's that?
Okay.
All or nothing again, I punch you.
You need a pillow here.
Alright, punch any, don't below.
I'm on your side. You throw below. He punch me. He throw punch. I blame big clubs like Manchester United, Manchester City, and Chelsea.
Why?
Because mid-table clubs are winning them. You know, Brighton is winning, Leeds is winning, Chelsea, and now all of a sudden, all these clubs are saying we got a chance against Liverpool. I'm going all or nothing.
Hey, wait. The way he put it. No.
Punching, I want to slap.
No.
I
No.
forgot.
No.
I didn't expect that.
The last
I
part,
didn't
I
expect
felt that you cannot punch him.
Yeah,
It's
I was
not.
surprised.
Yeah, it's not about the documentary.
But he just using it because too fluent. Come on,
it was on the road. These mid-table clubs now go to Anfield, go to Liverpool, and they see, you know, oh, Arsenal we can beat Arsenal, we can beat Liverpool, we can beat Chelsea. All these teams,
big clubs, the names lah, like
The names,
the names
name
like
clubs
United,
lah. Yeah,
Liverpool,
yeah.
Chelsea,
Yeah.
all those. It can be like, as I mentioned last season, right? If the manager motivation, I think it's the motivation.
yeah, motivation.
Very simple. If you are a player, you have 2 legs, right? They have 2 legs, right? Yes, they are skillful. But if we defend as a unit, attack as a unit, like a bit like the total football. You know? You play in that way. Stick to my plan. Okay. If cannot, you see my instruction and see how it goes. Those are the mid-table teams that listen and execute in the field.
You're going
Fulham, I always believe that the first 5 games for those promoted clubs, right, their motivation is like,
Yeah.
Look, even Newcastle, I
Giants
was
match.
watching the first few minutes of Newcastle versus Manchester City. Manchester City was dominating Newcastle. It took 1 goal by Newcastle. The fans came out and the players started playing 3-1.
yeah, but the thing is, Newcastle is a very different club.
I'm not talking about
No,
what do you mean?
It's the confidence level. You know that the club has a certain view, plans, you know, all those stuff, and you know that you are no longer under a certain owner. The confidence from the players up to the managers and from the managers to the owners is
I'm
very
just
different.
talking about on the field.
Yeah. The players
Actually,
are.
same lah. I mean,
Yeah.
you can talk about like even for us, the players on the field, right? With Klopp trying to manage them, our players are not giving up everything. We can only pinpoint the problem on the field.
Yeah.
On the field itself,
Yes,
right?
yes,
There's
yes.
the problem is on the field.
Yes,
When you're
yes,
on the field,
yeah.
what is your motivation? Why is your energy level like almost zero? Why every second ball they win? They win every second ball. They chase every second ball more than us.
The desire.
They run so much more than us. Compare like past 4 seasons, we have run more than them. And this game, they run more than us. So it shows how much desire they have.
Yeah.
And they have possession only 25%. They run more than us. That shows a lot. So to me, it's like it's on the field. What are we doing wrong?
It's the
And I'm not too
player's
sure.
mentality, the motivation part to push the player. Sometimes by telling him off or sarcastically tell you off.
But Klopp is not the kind of
Yeah,
manager,
that's why I
that's the
say
thing.
you must know the motivation part. No matter what type of manager, Conte, Arteta, Pep, all those stuff, you must a bit of fear factor, love factor, and
Fear.
No,
He likes
the fear factor, the iron, you know, and the so-called the all or nothing.
I think you are too used to Ferguson's era such that I think the
Pat is also using the same thing though.
no, it's not.
One of the videos that I saw, he came in there all sit down.
His players is more to a yes man. He
Yeah,
will
but
tell them, you want to win the Premier League, you play my style and my style only. It's not fair. I will guarantee you the league. So all these players adhere to his style.
Yeah, but he still throw a bit of anger here and there.
Of course
But
the
the thing is,
and Klopp also shout at everybody.
correct. But the thing is, your Klopp is like more to look. It's very different management. One thing, and like Ten Hag from the videos, the report saying that he's actually very hard on the players, etc. If you don't follow my way, you are out. You know something like that. No, for Ten Hag. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is the motivation part. If let's say the history channel coming out again, but the thing is, Ferguson don't always shout at the players. Sometimes he just push. He just say that. Do you think that report saying that like maybe to
let him finish first.
like real Ferdinand, you know, he will say that. Reporters say that he will outrun you. That pushed the players to a certain. Oh, this guy, I'm going to mark him. I'm going to close him out. I'm going to close the door. He can't even pass me. No, that push. Sometimes it's not the iron, but it's the way, the motivation, the push.
So you're blaming who now? Actually,
It's Klopp losing.
No, there's the thing. Okay. I myself cannot pinpoint the problem because I say that it could be a combination of a lot of things. Right? It could be fatigue. It could be confidence. It could be no motivation. It could be the injuries playing on the back of their mind. A lot of things. But what do you think is the problem? So you're saying Klopp is the main problem?
I don't think it's confident level because you guys has that confident level. Injuries, you have been telling me about.
What do you think? Straight to the point.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm a very old school person. I will believe on the 7 years thing.
That's old school, man. No, that's
The jinx
superstition lah. Superstition lah.
I will still feel
So
that
just say-
because it is shown at not Nice, Main and Dortmund. It two different clubs. 7 years exactly. If let's say Dortmund 8 years, Main 7, then you can debate. But it's like 7 years and 7 years. So the next club that he go to is Liverpool. So it's like there is a trend towards it. Like Jose Mourinho, you know, he can't really at Chelsea 2 seasons, 1.5 season, he will like shake a bit, then he might want to leave. It's like you can see it's coming. But the thing is, I don't wish Klopp to be sacked just because of the jinx. Even finish at 7th place. I'm not sorry, as a neutral fan itself, because History Channel again, Ferguson also went to fourth position before, and we were ever without Champions League. We were kicked out from the group stage, and you know, not even go to Europa, nothing at all. But as the fan, we will say, is he good enough at that point of time? But he proven that he overtake Liverpool as the overall champion of 20 titles, all those stuff. I still feel that if Klopp just stay on and prove to people that, yeah, it might be the 7 years jinx, but continue 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, continue a decade.
I cannot a decade. I need Klopp to be Germany's manager.
7 years later, kena kick out from World Cup.
I don't know.
okay,
Today,
okay.
today you're very irritating.
Today I'm not irritating, right?
Today,
Because
you're irritating as usual because I'm busy. I don't say anything. But today,
I'm with
feel like
you,
a
I'm
bit
with you,
super.
bro.
He's a bit more irritating than usual.
Just for me to add, right? I think Liverpool fans should stick with Klopp because even though you guys have experienced a lot of success, now is
It's the time to support,
where you really need to support Klopp. And whatever, I mean, he needs to do something, of course.
agree. Yep.
He needs to change something. He
Yes.
needs to motivate or be harsh about certain decisions.
Yeah.
But I think the fans right now need to be behind Klopp.
This is the moment where I think, right, with such a slow start, with our team not finding its head, no more, no better time for us to back the manager and back the team. This is I mean, if you guys don't want to back the owner, then I myself think that we should have bought another midfielder lah. I don't know whether they're working behind the scenes or not, but now
But
is
is there any
actually no
target?
better time.
But is there any target?
We got a lot, but all our target goes somewhere else. So
Don't take
this is,
Tillemans.
this is no
Oh,
better,
nothing, is it?
no better time for us to actually back the manager and back the players.